Doing it well.
Doing it. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101 with your host, Maxwell Starr.
Hi,
and
Nick!
that idiot, Greg. Tonight, we're going to take a look at a beer from Big Rig, Midnight Kissed My Cow, Chocolate Milk Stout. Ooh, with a nice sticker over a misprint label, I think. 5.6% ABV. We'll get down to the details of the beer later, but we have three people with us, or, four, including myself. Let's get down to say hi to Redbeard, who's even wearing the colors.
I have a glass somewhere, but I don't know where it is right now. Look, mine's 6.6% because I removed my stickers, so that made my beer stronger.
Oh, shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
You just automatically increase the ABV of your beer by peeling the label off.
It was a magic thing. You peel that off, and then it just releases something inside of it.
You're gonna get Greg. Start talking about releases, you're gonna get Greg all excited.
Yeah,
it's like guys that put stickers on their Civics. Each sticker has a certain amount of horsepower.
that's right. You know it.
And the neon lights have extra horsepower too.
Oh,
That's how it works, man. Grab a pickaxe, put some speed holes in your hood.
Don't forget the duct tape spoiler.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. All right. Speaking of which, Greg, how you doing tonight, Greg?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. I don't know if I'll be fantastic after this beer, but we shall find out. Quick story, very quick. I once saw a guy with an Audi R8. He duct taped it and painted the duct tape, and I swear to God, he did such a good job. From less than about 2 feet away, you couldn't tell it was duct tape. It was amazing. Also, he had an Audi R8. Why didn't he just pay to get it fixed?
What?
He
damaged it and then fixed it with duct tape.
Yeah, his bumper was cracked, and he duct taped it. But then he either painted it or found the exact color duct tape. I don't think he'd find that.
Is it duct tape or is it fiberglass filler? Is it?
And I was just like, I had to go up close. I'm like, holy shit, this is duct tape, and he did such a good job on it. But I'm like, at the same time, you also drive a $160,000 car. You could probably just afford to get it fixed properly.
It's like a whole new. That's like a whole new like a whole new line of business right there. Like wrapping, screw vinyl wraps, duct tape wraps.
I wouldn't think that would be such an uncommon car. You can get parts for it, so you could fix something like that properly. It just, especially if you're fucking loaded to have that.
You go to a body shop, it'll cost you like $3 or $4 Like at that.
Maybe he's broke.
Yeah,
maybe it's because he brought the car. You know how much it costs to put brakes on those things, which he probably burns off in one race.
My boss's husband backed their Maserati into their garage, and it cost them $25 because he cracked the rim.
Cracked a rim.
Carbon fiber.
He cracked a carbon fiber rim. $25,000.
Pretty much, yeah. Like it's stupid, that car.
Jesus Christ! All right. Let's go over and say hi, Lady Lee.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight? And are you able to follow up that story?
No.
Can you ever follow up, Greg?
The only story I have anything broken is that drawer that you see behind me on my stove, and I've already told that story. So
yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Lady Lee did not.
Exciting the rest of us.
Lady Lee fought the stove, and I'm not sure.
I wasn't too happy. I wasn't happy. I'm wearing my president's shirt.
I see that.
Ooh,
nice shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
that's it.
All right, thank you for coming on. Let's go back to
recall the stove story as an XXX parody.
All right, let's go back to me for a second and ignore Greg. Okay, so I want to read the history of this beer. So, Big Rig Brewery was opened in 2012 in Ottawa, Ontario, by former NHLer, Senators defenseman Chris Big Rig Phillips, along with brewmaster Lon Liddell, launching with a modest 10-barrel brew system. Liddell, Victoria, BC native. There you go, Deanne, if you're watching. Brought plenty of brewing experience on Canada's West Coast to help launch the brewery, having won New Brewery of the Year in the 2013 Canadian Brewing Awards and a slew more awards since at the Canadian and Ontario Brewing Awards. The brewery was acquired by Montreal-based restaurateur Foodtastic in June of 2019. With Liddell retaining his role as brewmaster. I remember that, because I think it was Chris Phillips wanted to get out. But they still keep the name Big Rig, of course. Big Rig has since grown to become the largest craft brewery in the city of Ottawa. So that's pretty cool. So other beers from Big Rig include their Gold Lagered Ale, Tales from the Pumpkin Patch Porter, which we previously looked at on BA 101, Canadian Amber, Alpha Bomb IPA, which sounds good. Big Boot Hefeweizen, Bach Me Gently Doppelbock. I just had to include that on the list because I like the name. And of course, they got plenty of more where that came from. So, Midnight Kissed My Cow is a 5.6% ABV, according to my label. 12 IBU, Milk Stout brewed with Belgian chocolate, English chocolate malts, and lactose. First release in September of 2013. It's been brewed annually as a winter seasonal. It has since gone on to win bronze in the Milk Stout category at the Ontario Brewing Awards in 2017 and silver at the Canadian Brewing Awards in 2019 in the Sweet Stout or Cream Stout category. So it is actually an award-winning beer that we're drinking tonight.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Alrighty, so who wants to volunteer to read comments?
Oh my god. These aren't even fucking radar.
Do you want to read them, Greg?
No, I don't want to read those. Those are ridiculous.
All right, we're not reading them. They're ridiculous.
Wait, who's reading them? Is Greg reading them?
All right, I'll read
Greg's gonna read them.
He does that in beer nomicron lore. Vincent Fournier also says, for he once converted SCL into 11.7 triple IPA at the Great Battle of Twin Peaks 4.1 million years ago. I mean, so far his information is accurate. You can't fault him for that. The one where Guy farted off a canyon in Arizona. I mean, I thought that was Nevada. You might want to fact check that, but otherwise,
Yeah, that's some weird shit comments. The radars aren't all what they seem, or the owls.
Listen, he's our only viewer and commenter. Be nice to him.
Yeah, it's true.
Hi, Radar. Great comments, buddy.
I miss intelligent conversation. Anyway, if anybody else is out there watching, please let us know what you're drinking and say hi. We do interact with people that watch with us. So let's get down to histories with this beer, starting with. Considering he's not sitting down right now, I'm going to go with
just a second. Sorry.
Fine. We're going to go with Moo Cow.
Oh, Moo Cow.
Hey, Moo Cow, what's your history with this beer? I mean, you're named after it, right?
Moo Cow.
Oh, that was amazing.
This is such a professional operation that we got going on here.
My mom had to ask me something. She didn't know what was going on. I apologize.
Sure.
I have had this beer many times. Most recently, when we did the Tales from the Patch, when Key and I were actually at the brewery, they were all happy that we had done that, and they gave each of us 2 cans of that to go home with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've had it. I'm not sure when the first time I had it was. That would probably be when I reviewed it on my channel, but yeah.
So, but it's been a while since you reviewed it first on your channel.
This is true, I believe. Actually, I don't know. But, yeah. That's about it right there.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. Good times. All right. So let's go over to Gorg.
Hi,
Mr.
Nick.
Gorg. Hi, Greg.
Hi.
What's your history with this beer?
Look at my Untapped. I apparently had it for the first time in 2015, December, on tap. And then I forgot that I had it. And then I bought it at some point in 2016 and reviewed it. And now I've also forgotten that I had that one. So I thought this was the first time I had this, but I've had it twice before.
Nice. I just looked it up. It was 2017 when I first had it.
And Big Rig in general, I've had a few things from them. They're not generally a brewery I gravitate towards. I do believe they've made a few good things here and there.
Their Release the Hounds Black IPA is a pretty solid black IPA.
May have had that. I'm not 100% sure.
And now Alpha Bomb, if it's fresh, that was a go-to for me for a while when it first came out.
You got to think of one beer there for you on their Untapped list here. They're the right beer. They get Tartan Pants Scotch Ale.
Apparently, I've had both of those before.
I think maybe I had that. Let me just search Big Rig on my channel.
From what I remember, I think the problem with the Alpha Bomb was I think by the time we got it, it was kind of old. I don't think we got
it. I had Tartan Pants also in 2017.
There we go.
All right, so let's move on to Lady Lee and say, do you have any history with this?
I think I just have well, I don't have a history with this one. I have a history with Big Rig because we did the pumpkin beer. And that's it.
That's the second or third time that's happened for you now. It's pretty funny.
Yep. Where it's just whatever's been reviews here I've had.
We're creating history. We're creating lore for Lady Lee.
I was gonna say, I like how Nick is like your personal beer curator.
That's pretty much it. I have collected a bunch of beers, and my fridge is full of beer. I'm not even like a huge beer drinker, and my fridge is full of beer now because I have all these beers that we're going to be doing in the future. I also have Carrie's beers in my fridge too.
Wow,
Keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
awesome.
Right. All right, so I guess it's my turn to talk about this. And now, you know what? I mean, maybe I should have looked a little bit more into this at first, but did Big Rig ever show up to the Albino Rhino Beer Fest? I'm not sure if it ever did. If they did, maybe I've had it before, but the first beer that I remember having from Big Rig was the Tales from the Pumpkin Patch Porter that we did last time we did BA 101. So I'd have to take a look to see if maybe I've had something from them before. I feel like if they did show up to the Albino Rhino Beer Fest, this is probably one of the first ones I would have gravitated to, and if they had it on tap. But I would have. I stopped doing a lot of untapped tap-ins at Burt Beer Fests in 2017. So at the 18 and 19 fests, I don't really have much of a record of what I had there. I feel like this is a brewery I probably would have tried if I saw it there, but I really don't remember if I've had this before. The only other thing is that I know I've had Tales from the Pumpkin Patch, and I've never had this one. So there's my short and abbreviated history that I stretched out for no reason at all. Alrighty, so let's just pan it to 4 there. Says the only thing we have out here is another weird comment from Radar saying Nevada was the creation of the Dan by a sudden Nick powered. Yeah, that's great.
He's a magic man.
I mean, again, he's not wrong. You may not like what he says, but he's being factually accurate.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes history is just, history can be cruel sometimes.
Yes.
Good times.
Exactly that.
Speaking of history, this is from the Albino Rhino Beer Fest. I think this is 2015. I think this is my Albino Rhino Beer Fest virginity was lost.
Is that the one with the hole in it?
Sexy.
No, I have a green one with a hole in it. This one
Okay.
so far does not. Oh, wait. No, there's no hole yet. Usually the hole will kind of be along this seam right here. It'll just snap. Because this is a very hard shirt. Like it's got a lot of this, whatever this shirt hardness is.
What have you been doing to that shirt?
I've been having sex with it. Thank you very much.
Have you
Pretending it's Chad the Albino Rhino. And I want to have his
Put
next
a
child.
couple layers of starch into it, kind of. Your own personal home brewed cock starch.
Yeah. Oh,
Arnold agrees.
no, my wife, believe it or not, my wife's in a meeting right now, and
I heard that.
Well, that's why you're keeping the curse words down, right?
no, she just started it, but now I'll have to not say fuck or other terrible words as much.
Well, Greg, technically you're in a meeting too.
Yeah, but I'm in a meeting of assholes.
Oh, jeez.
You're so sweet to me.
No, you're a lady asshole. That's a little bit better than a man asshole.
Lady asshole just means it's looser.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
it really depends on your.
I don't think you can make that blanket statement. I just,
You can't, but it was a perfect time to make it.
oh,
Yeah. I don't know. Call me sexist, but I just think men take bigger dumps than women do.
Okay, so I
Here we go.
had not me personally. I was in high school.
Oh, as a friend.
And I remember
That's
like
scary.
walking towards the washroom and everyone's being like, "Oh my god, you gotta see this! You gotta see this!" So we all like gathered into the washroom into this one stall, and there was this fucking turd that
Yeah.
was bigger than the whole sticking out of the bowl. Like it was fucking massive. It was this massive
Jesus
fucking turd, like a thick, massive turd. And I remember thinking, I'm like, oh my god, the poor girl must have died like shortly after. But it was so big that even the guys were sneaking. We were sneaking the guys into the washroom to come see this.
Wow.
Like it was fucking massive. It was the biggest turd I've ever seen in history of my whole goddamn entire life.
And see, the person who did it was probably like, normally they're probably like, I'm going to flush this. No, I'm not a weirdo. But they probably just saw this thing. They're like, I just can't let this thing go. Like, this thing must be experienced. This thing must be talked about for years to come.
You couldn't even flush it down. There was no way to flush it. It was bigger than the fucking hole. Like, it was one of the ones you would have to like literally mash in order to get in because like it was
Gross.
so goddamn big.
Are you sure you weren't looking at a fetus?
It was a poop. It was a very
amazingly
large
enough,
poop.
haven't lost any viewers from this poop talk.
Wow.
This is really a shitty show, isn't it?
Nick,
But
where were you around this?
I'm already thinking like the lactose is gonna make my guts go shitty. But yeah, you know what? I gotta say, like the label, I'm pretty sure that's just a misprint. Like they had a previous like silkscreen label on the can in previous years. It was like blue and red. I think, and it said it was 5.6 before. So I'm just thinking that this on a maybe a little unimaginatively placed label that they have on here, the paper label is just a misprint. You know, we just lost.
Which is hilarious. Just like stick another label on it. Like,
Hey,
It's either that or throw out a whole bunch of labels you had professionally made, probably. So
I was gonna say, at least they only covered the ABV. It's not like one of Carrie's favorite breweries that actually covered the whole name.
what?
Not necessarily favorite brewery.
Well, don't you remember? And Chad made fun of this originally.
Yeah, I know. When
Was,
when Highlander switched over to South River Brewing, they did that whole weird thing.
Because they wanted to keep wanted to sell their existing inventory of beers.
I mean, listen, I
Or
understand.
use their existing inventory labels.
I mean, I don't blame them. You've paid for the cans. I'd probably like, assuming the stickers don't cost more to print than getting all the new cans, which I'm assuming they don't. Like, I get it, but it's just funny.
it is
Especially
funny.
when you're like, oh, I'm buying this South Street River or whatever they're called now. Wait a
South
minute.
Street
Wait a minute.
River.
I don't even know what they're called anymore.
South Street.
South
It's
River.
called South Street. Let's do it. We're
Get
gonna switch it to
rid
South
of the
Street.
street part. It's just called South River. I don't know where the street came from. That's hilarious.
Oh, well, I just figured they're on a street, so
It's South Street now. We're just doing it.
All right, South Street.
I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Hey, South Street Brewery."
This is now part of
No, he
your
says
Omicron lore.
South Street
Radar
River.
will talk about this in the future.
I don't think any river has the name street in. The word street in.
It does now.
Weird.
Greg is just making up names, switching
Lady.
labels, making up names,
Oh,
causing
yeah.
chaos.
Oh yeah,
All names are made up.
I mean it's true.
Pretty good job the host is doing. Of hosting over
I'm trying
here.
to find my
Nick
the
has
list
an
of
itch.
beers that I had. Shut up, Greg. I try to look for my beers that I've had last around Beer Fest, and I'm not really having much luck. I have like my notes on my phone dating back to like 2018.
If only somebody wasn't chasing you down the whole beer fest, you may have had more time to take notes.
I know I didn't have a lot of time to write anything down because of that. It's just you're an asshole.
Nick, you couldn't escape me.
Was it your fault?
He didn't have his like.
There was one beer that I spilled all over my shirt because Greg was chasing me down.
He didn't have his
remember what it
Minotaur
was.
legs like he has now. He'll escape you easily now.
Oh, well, probably.
I almost wonder, like, I'm pretty sure that was a chocolate milk stout that I had when It'd be kind of funny if this was the beer that I had when you were chasing me down.
There's only one year you were able to distract me with another woman's breasts, and then I fucked off the whole time.
Yeah, well, you could have her. I remember that one.
I don't want her, but thanks. I don't want her anymore, anyway.
Anymore, yeah. She kind of got all
That time has passed.
super political on Facebook and shit. Anyway. All righty, so
That wasn't even the
no
problem.
more comments. We actually lost 2 viewers from poop. Actually, that's probably more like the sexist talk. Hey, kitty. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna hold on. Kitty.
Oh,
Jeez,
Like, hold on.
Cat.
that's her
that
phone.
worked well.
I didn't think that. I
There
didn't
she
realize
is.
it was tail.
There
Aw,
she is.
little angel.
Yeah, there she is. She's
What
like,
the hell are you
it's like,
doing?
why are you holding me? I want to go
Why?
play. I want to go
I'm like-
play.
Unlike Arnold, who we had to lock up for bad behavior.
Woo. Fell over.
Yeah, Arnold's a tyrant.
He's a beast and a half, but he'll calm down. He might need a walk tonight though.
Sasha's just laying down. I'm covering her.
She's a calm one.
Terrorized by Amber.
If Layla was here,
Oh, I
she'd
see her.
probably be calm too.
There she is. She's just laying down, relaxing.
I got a Gandalf.
That's a Gandalf.
We got kitties. It's show our pet day.
I don't
I don't know where Chloe is, but she's somewhere.
I see how you care about your pets there, Greg.
Yeah. Hey, listen. We're spending money. She had an upper respiratory infection. She has a heart murmur. We're spending all sorts of money on her now.
Oh shit, dude. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she's probably fine. The heart murmur is probably just because she was nervous at the vets, and that's usually a thing. And the upper respiratory is because we had her shaved, and now she got cold. So, our fault.
Oreo is a weird dog. He actually becomes like more puppyish and playful when it snows.
Oh, Arnold goes nuts. Like Arnold somehow manages to crawl along his back like a worm. Like he'll goes in the snow.
Sasha snow plows, so she'll stick her face in the snow and like walk as far as she can.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs like snow.
Arnold.
Most dogs like snow. A lot of dogs like snow.
Bulldogs actually usually don't, but Arnold does. Bulldogs are usually wimps. They don't like weather.
Sasha loves snow.
Oh yeah, she's a shepherdy dog, and so is Layla, and they freaking just love it.
Yep, they just fucking go nuts. I set her loose in the backyard, and she just snow plows her face in there. Like it's hilarious because if you throw a snowball, she'll chase after the snowball, even if it's a huge snow, like a bunch of snow that's been untouched. She'll just jump in there and sink, and you'll just see her like trying to swim through the snow.
Yeah,
it's just really funny. Yes.
I'm gonna have to look at it later.
I think what we discovered here is that dogs are just better than cats. What happens when you throw a cat into the snow? They just plot your murder.
Oh, there's Sasha. She's moved. I can see her face now. There she is.
Hello, Sasha.
Oh, wrong way.
There you go.
There she is. There's my dog.
She's like, I'm terribly embarrassed for you right now. Sasha's like, fix your damn oven. You're humiliating the two of us.
Okay.
It's fixed.
There. Oh, wow. Good as you.
Magic.
All right. So the beer that Greg was chasing me down, that I was drinking when Jay was chasing me down at the bottom around beer fest.
Oh, you slurred your words bad there.
From Concession Road. So totally different beer, totally different subject. So let's continue on. There is no comments to read, so I'm going to just turn this back over for final thoughts to the Beardo.
All right. Didn't waste any time at all just then. Good stuff. It's a milk stout. It's all right. It's not great. The chocolate isn't there as much as I'd like it to be. Mouth feels a little lacking. Overall flavor's okay though, I guess. 7s across the board. Pretty exciting. Good times.
Well, I guess. All right.
We need more enthusiasm.
Yay. I'll rate it down to 7s, and let's go over to Greg, who's going to show us even more enthusiasm than that.
Well,
show the enthusiasm you showed when you were chasing me down at a beer fest.
Okay. Oh wait, no,
not that kind of enthusiasm.
No, sorry
turn your camera off.
After hours.
You know what? You can almost copy and paste and say what Redbeard says because it's sort of just there. It's not a bad beer, not a great beer. Just kind of, to me, just kind of meh. I've actually rated this fairly high. Last time I had this, which was granted 5 years ago. At this point, I gave it an 8. I'm not going to give it an 8 today. In fact,
I feel like there probably is some batch variation.
I imagine it could have been. To me, I get a little bit of sort of chocolate liqueur to this, which I don't care for. But otherwise, it's like every milk stout. I don't know if I've ever had a milk stout that I really was like, wow, this is a great beer. I just don't think it's a very good style personally. Maybe if it was an Imperial milk stout or something, then that's exciting because then 10% alcohol is always exciting.
Imperial makes everything better.
Imperial, however, it makes everything better. And this is a beer that potentially could be better if it was Imperial. But as it is, it's kind of eh. I'm not even going to go 7. I'm going to go 6.5 all across the board. It's perfectly okay.
It's perfectly okay.
It is okay. Suck here.
Just gonna watch you, Greg.
There we go. All righty. It's like, no, the stream isn't frozen.
That smile is everything.
Shit eating grin. All right, let's go over to what. First of all, I think I missed what you said for rating. What did you say, Greg?
10 out of 10 all around.
6.5 and 6.5. Okay,
That's correct.
All righty, so let's go to Lee.
All right, so I honestly don't have much to say either. I am gonna second what Redbeard said about lacking the chocolate flavor. Like, it's kind of there, like a tease, but you can kind of taste it if you really think about it, but it's really not that prominent, and I kind of wish it was a little bit more prominent. I'm also not a big fan of stouts, so that doesn't help either. But it tastes like a stout. I just feel like it just lacks. Like, it's just something's missing all around. Like, even for a stout, like, sorry?
Next time you're at the LCBO in Algonquin,
Yes.
grab a can of Chocolate Manifesto. That's a stout that chocolate up the ass. You probably, but it's a stout I think you'd actually enjoy.
I don't have to grab it. Yeah. Anyways, this one just does not do it for me at all. Taste wise, I'm gonna agree with Greg that it's very like meh. So I'm also gonna go. I'm gonna go 6.5 for preference, and I'm gonna agree with Carrie and go 7 for style.
Whoa!
Look at that. She's
Way to split it down the middle.
Yeah, look at that.
All
That way neither one of us feel bad. It's nice.
That's right. Well, I have a feeling Nick's going to make both of us feel bad.
What? No. I'm
Nick
actually going to
always
bring the
makes
scores
I had
up.
the little beard going on.
I'm actually going to bring the scores up a little, just because, okay, I get what you're saying, where you don't find it has a lot of super amount of chocolate. Getting tongue tied here, and it's a little on the thin side, and I do agree with that. But I mean, coming from like an OG milk stout, kind of like usually the lactose does kind of make it almost a thin body. I do get enough chocolate flavors and chocolate roasty malts that it does come across as a good classic traditional milk stout, but it doesn't lie about the amount of having chocolate in it. It's not so much chocolate that's overpowering. This is a better, and I do think this is a better beer than that double chocolate stout from Young's, which is not a lactose beer, but still, I mean, if you're talking about chocolate stout flavor, then I think this tastes better than that. Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to like a traditional milk stout, I keep thinking like Max and Triple X. I was trying to remember what one it was. And there's been other ones I've had in the past that I can't really think of right now, but it really kind of strikes me as some more in the vein of that, and it doesn't. They aren't generally like a heavy, like thick stout, like an oatmeal stout or anything. It's just a decent beer. Anyway, my overall opinion is I'm going to give it an 8 for both. I enjoy it enough for that.
Okay.
All right. All right.
To be fair, Nick is a shareholder in Big Rig, so.
Yeah. Shut up, Greg.
Hey, if anybody goes to Ottawa, highly recommend you try their pizza. I was actually astonished by how good that pizza was.
Well, that'll.
Where in Ottawa?
In Ottawa.
I can't remember exactly where it was, but wherever Big Rig is in Ottawa.
Okay.
I'm sure Google Maps will happily tell you.
It was kind of almost just off one of the highways. So
the restaurant I worked at when I was younger, they had really good pizza, and I miss it. Every time I go home, I always get pizza.
We're actually kind of lucky here in North Bay for that. Like, we got arugula, which is a little overpriced in my opinion, but really good.
It is really good.
Dr. Pizza is freaking delicious. And then Twigs actually also makes really good pizza.
Yeah, Twigs does. I just miss my greasy fucking pizza. Like, that was the good pizza because it was just so topped with or full of toppings. So fucking greasy. I loved it.
Place that used to be here called Dino's used to have their one pizza, the Supreme or whatever. It had more toppings than any other place in town. It was like, you made a large one. The pizza weighed like 10 pounds. It was, I don't even know how people ate it. Like, you can't keep all that toppings on. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, this one's like layers of pepperoni. It's so good. It's so
I don't
good.
like the pepperoni.
So
Like Dr.
much
Pizza does that.
cheese.
And the first time I got it,
Oh,
I was
love it.
unimpressed because I want the pepperoni on top of the cheese.
I like it on the bottom.
Kind of crispy. That's yeah. When it's in there, it's just.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Like all the pepperonis on the bottom, cheese, layers of cheese on top. Oh my god!
And then add a whole shit ton of mushrooms, and you got a perfect pizza.
Shut your whore mouth.
Ooh,
And maybe a little pineapple as well.
pineapple mushroom pizza.
Pineapple mushroom pepperoni.
pizza.
Yum.
I've done pepperoni pineapple. It works, not as well as ham for whatever reason, but yeah.
I think
I'm
ham's
like-
a bit saltier. That's why.
I'm not a big ham person. I personally would prefer pepperoni.
I would disagree on the salty thing. Pepperoni is salty as hell. But
I mean,
maybe
again,
that less salty works better with the powder.
Again, I think a lot of this depends where you're buying your pizza from, because different pizza places have different
This is true.
ways of preparing their
Hot
ingredients.
pepper rings
Yeah.
are actually really good on a Hawaiian as well.
Like
Banana
as much as I will defend pineapple pizza to the bitter end, I've had some pizza with really bad pineapple on it, and I suspect probably Manly had bad pineapple once, and then we'll never try it again.
Yeah, like if you go with pineapple pizza, it's gonna have the right amount of sweetness to the pineapple. I
Yeah,
think.
like if you have pineapple
Contrast the salty
that's
meat.
like not cooked well enough or something, it doesn't work that well on a pizza. But
Yeah.
so it's like different places have different ingredients. Like
Yeah.
I love mushrooms on my
even-
pizza too, but some of them aren't so great.
I find bacon also works with pineapple too.
Hey,
Like if you go like bacon and or ham,
Bacon's not
like
bad.
for a Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And
Those both come-
especially
those
the
both come from the
crumbled back
pig.
bacon.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, the
works.
crumbled back bacon tends to work well.
I don't like back bacon.
I'm not a huge
You don't
fan
like
of
a lot of
back,
things, do you?
back bacon if it's like almost like burnt. If it gets to the point where it's like almost like jerky-ish. I like it, but otherwise it's I find it's just too fatty and chewy, and it doesn't work for me.
You know what actually goes well with pineapple often
Here's our
is
ratings.
hot pepper.
Here's our rating: 7 for the style, 7.1 for overall enjoyment.
I got you on
Overall,
the
I'm
pepper thing.
pretty sure I wrote the difference that I made tonight. Raising the mark would be like that .1. All right, I guess we
Yay!
liked it. Weren't crazy for it, but I don't know.
You know what? 7's a respectable score, though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
It's not. Again, it's not. I don't think we're saying this is a terrible beer. If you really like milk stouts, go ahead and try this one. But I just don't think any of us are that enthused on a milk stout.
Yeah, I think that's the
unless
issue,
it,
right?
it would have been brought up even higher if we had Dan here.
Dan?
Imperialize it or freaking barrel age it.
Now
or
you're
something.
here. Now you're here, Lee. Jeez,
Mm.
took way too fucking long.
All
right.
gave her-
Oh, you have that problem much? Anyway, yeah.
We
So,
do have other comments.
yeah, we did. We had this one from Radar saying, "What's next week's beer?" And I meant to check with you guys first about this to see if this is okay. I'm assuming it is. But do you want to take another crack at doing audio-visual lager next week?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay,
Let's-
so y'all
let's do
around,
it, Nick. I got two-
Redbeard around, Lady Lee around, Greg still got a can, I'm assuming.
I got 2 cans for some reason.
2 can. Just follow your nose.
All right, Nick.
You got a Fruit
And
Loops?
this shit
All
right now, that was horrible.
Yeah. Well, it's better than the shit talk we were having. Like a dump so big that it won't flush down the toilet.
You are welcome for that vibrant conversation.
We were
or
reminiscing,
topic.
okay?
We're
Like,
reminiscing about high school. At that
reminiscing about
time, there was a shit in the toilet so big it wouldn't flush.
yeah.
It was bigger than the hole.
Well,
I'd-
just
I'd like
talking
to- I'd like
about
to know-
men
I'd like to
shitting
know
better
just
than
how
women
many-
are bigger.
I'd like to know just how many Katie Kirks it was.
It's kind of a shame because I mean, like probably back then everyone didn't have cell phones. Now you'd take a picture and you
Like,
show.
I can't imagine like having a shit so big that it won't go down the hole. I mean, I've had shits where I've had to flush so it would all come out the rest of the way. But I mean,
I kind of imagine that's like you every morning, Nick, having a shit that's too
no,
big.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
I'm not quite the power
Okay.
dumper you think I am.
Let's end the poop talk.
Alrighty, so
This is a shitty-
Lee just woke up and this is what he gets to wake up to. So I hope you like the Kiss My Cow. And the lactose is going to ensure that I have a poop so big tomorrow morning that it doesn't.
Lee, what's the biggest dump you've ever taken before?
Oh, God damn it. Shut up.
Man, Lee, just answer the question. Tell us what you're pooping. All right, I want to thank everybody I want Radar and Lee for commenting, at least 4 people for watching, and of course the panel members that came with us and were loyal enough to stick with us.
That was funny.
Oh, what's Lee saying? You just break it up with a coat hang. Oh my God! All right, so that's enough. All right, yes, Sojourner.
I told you it was a fetus.
Something penis.